Are you ready to see what we could do with a free beat up French Provincial dresser? It is kind of in rough shape. Again, I said it was free, so this is what you expect from free furniture. I had a follower who's also a refinisher reach out to me and say she just had too many projects and needed to unload this one, so I was happy to take it off of her hands, but it's gonna need some work. The hardware was missing, and I just had an idea in mind as soon as I saw it. So I was happy to take it off of her hands and jump in and see what I can do with it to save it and revive it. First thing I wanted to do was strip off this top, and I used my chemical stripper that I usually use, and it just made like this gelatinous mess out of it. I got a lot of it, the finish off of there, and then I'm using lacquer thinner, and that wasn't doing a whole lot. Sometimes the chemicals just don't work with whatever the finish was. Sometimes acetone works or lacquer thinner, and it wasn't doing much. So I did the carbide scraper, and ultimately I let most of it just dry back on there so I could sand it off. And I'm going with 120 grit at this point. This is a veneer, so you don't want to go too rough. And I started with 120. Got everything off and then starting on these details. Now this is where French Provincial takes a long time to refinish. It's all of these curves. Thankfully, the Surf Prep sander does do a lot of it. And then these contour sanding blocks are everything to save your hands. I wrap a sanding net around there and you'll see I get into the little groove and it just comes right off. But I have to do that little groove and this little groove all the way around. It's a lot of hand sanding. And let's talk about this wood. This is veneer. This is the substrate underneath, and it is poplar. So it is all wood, but not solid. And it's pretty typical when you get into a piece of furniture that's got a lot of curves that it would have some type of substrate and then the veneer on top, because they're not usually carving into a solid piece of walnut or something to make this happen. So just getting into all these details here, and I'm bringing up the fact that part of that is poplar and some of it veneer because it does dictate a little bit about what I want to do. And I'm going to go through my grits. My mind is kind of going with what is my plan? I know I want to refresh this. It turned out really nice getting everything off of there. And in my mind, I'm thinking I want to do something light. But first I need to address these drawers, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is not right. I don't think these are in the right spot. There's just the way that the curves and stuff were. I was like, yeah, no, that's not how those were supposed to go. And then I found out this is a Bassett. That's the first time I had opened that drawer. I had no idea. So I was happy to find that. I love it when you find a maker that you're comfortable with and the quality of it. These little... they're replacing tacks, so you call them drawer guides or glides, and every single tack that is normally in this dresser was gone. Someone had stripped all of them out, and I have no idea why, and I put them in there, and I'm like, yeah, that's what they needed. So now it's the game of trying to figure out which drawer goes where and then replace all of the guides. I call those kind of like glides, because that's what the drawer really does glide over as it's going in and out, because they were just hitting. Everything was hitting and they were rubbing all over the place, and they were missing all their little supports. Okay, moving on. Again, I mentioned that I wanted to do something light with this, so I had this wiping stain that I had picked up, and I thought I'll use this. It's called like pickling stain. I'll use this in place of a whitewash. I want to stick with my oil-based stain. This is an oil-based product, so I'm going to layer it. So I put that on there. I was like, okay. I let it sit for 24 hours, and then I went with my next layer. And this was weathered oak. I was trying to do just a really light finish, and it completely lifted the first one. So scrap that, go to the next one. Hate it. That's just not what I was looking for. And that pickling stain, it settled down into the grain. That looks awful. I'm at this point where I'm like, what do I do now? Oh, I'll just use gel stain. Okay, I'm on like the fourth product at this point. How many layers can you put on here? Apparently 4. So gel stain in dark walnut is one of my favorite colors. So not all is lost because I really like this color. It's just not the really light finish that I was hoping for or that I thought I was going to do in the beginning. But this is still a gorgeous color, and that wood is beautiful. The veneer is really pretty, and it's actually helping to cover the poplar on the edges. So pretty happy with that. It does look a bit streaky just because of the graining in there. And I'm going to cover this. This has had a couple of days to dry, and now I'm putting my transitional layer on there, which is the shellac. And that allows me to transition usually from oil-based to water-based, but it's also allowing me to go from my oil-based stain to a toner. And this is a medium warm brown. Mohawk has these toners that are amazing, and look how much it evened all of that out. Just beautiful. Time to fill in some hardware holes. And I'm going to change it up. Again, all my Frenchy handles that I normally would have on here are gone. They just didn't come with it. So I've got to figure something else out. And I decided to keep that little center hole in the side drawers. I'm going to just do a knob there. But brand new placement for the other drawer, so I had to completely change all that. Scuff sanding the rest of the dresser. And as always, the Surf Prep is just amazing for Frenchies because of all the curves. Otherwise, a lot of that would all be hand sanding, and I did a lot of hand work on this one anyway. Getting everything cleaned back up again, and time to look at hardware holes. This is my hardware I've selected. I'm just kind of staying with a provincial kind of look, and I know it's not the typical Frenchie, but I thought it was going to coordinate well with this dresser. Drilling some new holes, measured everything several times, and then I'm actually taking one of the pulls because this has got some curves, and I wanted to make sure it worked, and it did. So now I can drill the other holes just fine. All right, moving on now to my top coat. Over the toner, I did have to do another layer of shellac to seal that in. So I did top coat. I'm going to sand it down. This is a sanding sponge that at this point, because it's so worn, is probably a 600 grit. It doesn't take a lot. And I wipe everything back off again. More top coat. And I'm just repeating these layers because I want to do multiple. Have a good time while you're doing it. Listen to some great tunes and dancing away because it makes everything more fun. Woohoo! And more top coat. You can see the theme. I did this multiple times, and I love going back out in the garage, put another layer on. It's the best thing. Okay, time. This had a couple of days to dry, and now I can tape it off. I don't want to get any paint on there for sure. And there is an order to this. I don't know why I always do the top first. It's just my system. So you just go with what works. Some people do it after, but I like to do it first. This is a good coat of primer. I'm going to prime the tops of the drawers. I had to sand a lot of that. I didn't show some of that, but I had to sand a lot of that to adjust them and get them to fit. So they're down to bare wood, and they definitely needed primer. After the primer dried, I sanded everything and on to my paint color. I went back and forth with paint colors on this. I wanted to do something a little bold, and this teal is so cool. I am just in love with this color, and it's a new color to me. I've never used it before. This is a Fusion's Homestead Blue. Isn't it pretty? That's my second coat. And once that dried, this is top coat. And Fusion usually says you don't need top coat, but I top coat everything, so it got top coat. I top coated the tops of the drawers. Now I'm pulling everything off. No paint on my top. Woohoo! But do you see all these curves that are down there underneath the drawers? I don't like that. So I just touch up everything, the tops, the sides, and make it all nice and straight. I'm going to condition these drawers. They're old, they're dry, but they're beautiful. So they just needed a little brightening up with some wood conditioner. And those look amazing. And of course, there's 9 to do, so you're on your hands and knees for a bit. And then I'm going to lube the bottom guides. There was a couple of them that were a little sticky, but you put some lube on there and it's perfect. That is like a wax stick. Worked great. Installing some new hardware. And of course, some pieces just need your logo inside, and I felt like this one needed it. I was in love with this piece. Let's take a look back at where it started, this poor thing. And here it is now. She's such a beauty. I just love it. I don't know if you call this like a farmhouse kind of color, but I just wanted to go bold. And with that rich brown top, look at that. I just absolutely love it. It's not what I had planned, and sometimes it's like a happy accident because you're like, well, first of all, it's a Basset. that I didn't even realize. But I hope you love this piece as much as I do, and thanks for watching and following along.